Welcome to my channel for comprehensive tutorials on fundamental principles to complex problems. I'll cover it all. Feel free to share, subscribe for more contents. Thank you. Hello everyone. Here we are on chapter number 5. Topic is indices and which is 5.4, and this time we are going to be working on exercise 14, which you can find on page 192. If you have a hard book with you, you can find this on page 192. In case if you need a PDF of this book, definitely you can connect me on WhatsApp. This exercise is going to be based on indices. This is the last exercise of this topic. Next is going to be inequalities. I'll be explaining in detail. There are two exercises on inequalities, and the third one is going to be on linear programming that I will be explaining you in detail. This exercise is connected to the previous exercises, exercise 12 and 13, and we have worked throughout on these formulas. These are rules actually, and these rules are going to be based on indices. Wherever you work on indices, these are the rules that you must be following. I am not going in detail because in the previous exercises I have already explained you these rules clearly. Now I'm taking you straight to the questions. The question here, it says 5 square whole square. That means this square is for 5 and for square also. So you can write this way, or straight away you can write 25 x power 4. You'll get full marks. Now when it comes to 7 y cube whole square, that means this square is for both of them. So I'm writing this straight away, x 6. So this is going to be your answer. Sorry, it's y power 6. Now this is going to be straight away 100 a square b square. Once you write like this, you will get full marks. Now 2 square means it is a 4 x square and y power 4, direct answer. And whenever you see a 4, that means it's a 2 square, and half is the power for both of them. So I will be writing this way, x square 1 over 2. These two are going to be cancelled, and final answer is going to be 2x is going to be your answer. When it comes to question number 6, it is saying 9. So that means it is going to be 1 over 9y, straight away answer, because power is negative. So it's going to be a denominator. Now in here, this is minus 2 times minus 1. So it's going to be giving you a x squared, straight away answer. Now when it comes to a question like this means 2 has a power of minus 1, and x minus 2 also has a power of minus 1. So this whenever you see it this way, it's going to be 1 over 2. For question number 8, it is going to be 2 is going to be a denominator, and since this is going to be solving as minus time minus is a plus and this is a square, that means this is going to be a numerator. So this is going to be your final answer. When it comes to question number 9, anything power 0 is equals to 1. So straight away, your answer is going to be 1. You don't need to do anything. Now, when it comes to negative 1, so I will write for question number 10. This is going to be 1 over 2. The reciprocal of 1 over 2 is a 2, because minus will change to plus. And this is going to be x negative power. That means this is going to be a denominator. Now comes question number 11. In here, this 2 is for both of them. So it is 3 square x square and 2 square x square. So this is going to be 9 x square times 4 x square. That means it's going to be 36 x to the power 4. Next comes 5y square. That means it's going to be 25 y square is divided by y. That means it's going to be, this y is going to be cancelled with this one. Or to better understand, square means this is 2 times, and down below is y, so this is going to be cancelled with this. So your final answer is going to be 25y is going to be your final answer. Next comes 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 4 and x half power 4. This 4 is for both of them. So it's going to be 16, and this 2 is going to be cancelled with this 2. So x square is going to be your final answer. Now, when it comes to this 3 is a power for 3 and y also. That means this is going to be 3 cube and y 1 over 3 times 3. This is going to be cancelled, and 3 times 3 times 3 is going to give us 27. Y is going to be a final answer. When it comes to question number 15, it is anything power 0 is a 1. That means 5 square and x 0 times 2. That means it's going to be 25. This is going to be equals to 1. And 25 times 1 is going to be giving you a 25. Now comes question number 16. This this whole thing has a power of 0. That means 1. 1 square means 1. So final answer is going to be a 1. Now comes question number 17. It says 7 square and y power 0 is also a square. So anything power 0 is a 1. So 1 square is giving you a 1. That means your final answer is going to be 49. Now comes next one. It is 7y has a power of 0. That means this is a 1. 1 square or 1 is going to be the same answer. Next one is 2 cube, x square cube, and y cube. So you can write this way. And this is going to be 8 x power 6 and y cube is going to be your final answer, and you will get full marks. This 10 has a square, x has a square, and y is going to be 6 because 3 times 2 is a 6. So final answer is going to be 100 x square y 6. For 21, it is saying that 3x is a negative 1 and it is a square. So straight away I can write it is a 9 and x minus 2, and it's going to be divided by 6x minus 3. To make it easier, I should write this x squared down is divided by 6 and x is going to be below. Now to change the sign of division to multiply, I will be switching, actually flipping. X cube is going to be positive and 6 will be down. Now this square is going to be cancelled with these 3's. That means it's going to be 9x over 6. That means 3 times 2 is a 6 and 3 times 3 is a 9. So it's going to be 3x over 2, your final answer. Next is the exercise, question 22. Now this is 4x. That means I can write 2 square power 1 over 2, and x power 1 over 2 is divided by 3 to the power of 3 over x to the power of 3 over 2. Now in here this 2 is going to be cancelled with this. That means 2x 1 over 2 is divided by x to the power 3 over 2. When numbers are divided, powers are subtracted. That means it's going to give me 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2. That means 2 is common. So I will write 1 minus 3. That means 2. This is going to be minus 2 over 2. That means it's going to be 2x minus 1. So in finally, you will write 2 over x, which is going to be your final answer. Now moving on to the next one. This is saying numbers are multiplying, powers are going to be added. So it's going to be straight away x cube and y power 5 is going to be your final answer for question number 23. Moving on to question number 24. This is simply multiplication. So 4 times 3 is going to give you a 12, and x1 and x2 is going to give you a 3 and y square. In this case, this is going to be 10, x will be down below because it's a negative, y cube will be on top, is multiplied by x y. So finally what you will write is x power 4 and x divided by x. So this is going to be cancelled with this. So 10 y power 4 is going to be your final answer. Now for the next one, this is saying this is 3 square. It's going to be 9x square straight away is multiplied by 1 over 9 x square, which has a power of 1 over 2. That means I will write x square. This is 3 square times 1 over 2 and x square 2 times 1 over 2. Now this is going to be, since this is a multiplication, so it's going to be 9x square times x divided by 3. So finally you will get, and this is going to be divided, so 3x cube is going to be your final answer. Moving on to the next one, there are four z's. So for I will write first x. X is going to be 3, 1 from here and 2 from here. So x cube, and y is going to be square, and z is going to be power 4 is your final answer. Now comes question number 28. This means 2 has a power of minus 2 and x also has a power of minus 2 times 4x cube. Now I will write this one as it's going to be 4 because 2 square, or I can write, to make it easier for you to understand, 2 and x square because they are becoming denominator, and on top you have as a numerator 4x cube. Now this is 4x cube is divided by 4x square. So 4 and 4 cancel, 3 and 2 is going to be x only as answer for question number 28. Now comes 3y minus 1. That means it is going to be 1 over 3y is divided by, that means this is going to be also 9y square down below. That means 1 over 3y is multiplied by 9y square over 1. That means I can write this way. This 3 times 3 is a 9. So this is going to be, there are 2 on top. So this is going to be cancelled with this. So 3y is going to be your final answer. As far as this question is concerned, question number 30 in here, the power is 0. That means this is going to be considered as 1. So we will just ignore it. And in here, this half is the power for both of the numbers 9 and x both, 1 over 2, and x also 1 over 2. That means 9 is going to be doing like this, 3 square times 1 over 2 and x 1 over 2. These two are going to be cancelled, and 3x 1 over 2 is going to be the answer for this question. Now comes this question. It is 2 times 5 is a 10, and x, there are 3 you can say, and y is going to be 5 because 3 from here, 4 and 5. This is going to be your final answer. When it comes to question number 32, 4 times 8 is 32, and x is going to be added because numbers are multiplying, powers are going to be added. So 3 over 2, that means 32x, 2 is going to be denominator, and 1 plus 3 is going to be giving us a 4 over 2, that means 1 over 2. For question number 32x 2 is going to be the answer. Now, when the numbers are divided, powers are subtracted. So I will be doing this way. It's going to be 5 over 2 and x minus 3 minus 5 because it is dividing. So it's going to be 5 over 2 x minus 3 plus 5 That means 5x square over 2 is going to be the final answer. Now, this can be a tricky question for you. So always remember, when it is negative 1 means it is 3 minus 2 and x minus 1 times minus 2. So first we solve this one. This is giving us, that means 1 over 9, because 3 square is a 9, and since it is a negative, so it's going to go down. Now this is giving us negative 2, positive 2 is going to be on top. So the first part is giving us x square over 2, x square, that means x square over 9. Now comes, it is negative 1, so it is going to be making it positive, so it's going to be a reciprocal of x square over 9. The reciprocal is this one, and this is going to be your final answer. Now comes the next question, which is, this negative 2 is for both of them, that means negative 2 and a also negative 2, and it is multiplied by 8, a to the power 4. That means this is going to give you 1 over 4, and a is going to go down because this is a negative, so making it positive will go down, and in here is going to be multiplying by 8. 1 times 8, a power 4. That means 8 a power 4 is divided by 4a. That means this is going to give you a 2, and 4 minus 1 is going to give you a 3, which is a cube, which is going to be your final answer. Okay. Now comes, this is a cube, b cube, and c6 is going to be the final answer for 36. Now comes the question number 37, which is writing in the form of 2 power p. Now, what we'll write here, it is in the form of 2 power. That means 2 times 2 power 5 is going to be 35, and the next one is 2 power 7. Next one is going to be 2 power 6, and this 1 means 2 has a power of 0. Something of extreme importance is that why I'm writing this 5 on top. It means 2 is multiplied 5 times by itself. Something like this is going to give us 32, like this. And this 2 is going to be written 7 times and multiplied by itself to give you 128. That's how it goes. Now, when it comes to opposite of it, it's going to be in the next question. This is in the form of 3 power cube. That means it is going to be written as 3. How many times is going to be multiplied by itself to give you what, 27? It is a 3. Okay, because 3 times 3 times 3 is a 27. Now, when it comes to 1 over 81 is going to be 3. How many times it's going to be multiplied by itself to give you an 81? So it's going to be 3 over 3 to the power 4. And now how will we write this answer? As 3 power minus 3 and 3 power minus 4. When it comes to 1 over 3, you will write, definitely it is, because it is minus 1. So you will write this way, and this is going to be minus 1. When it comes to the next question, it is 9 by 81. That means 9 over 81, and you will write in terms of 3 square, and this is going to be 81. So 3 times 3 is going to be uh, 3 times power 4. Okay, and this means that 2 minus 4 is going to give us 3 minus 2. So this is going to be your final answer. In question number 39, it is saying to evaluate, find out the value. So it means that when the numbers are multiplying, powers are added, but remember the value of x is going to be 16 and y is 8. That means to, instead of x, you will be substituting the value of x and y both. So y is going to be 8 and x value is 16. So it's going to be 2 And you can write definitely in terms of 2 to the power of 4 is going to be 16, and 1 over 2, and this is going to be 8 1 over 3. That means 2 cube is 1 over 3, because 2 cube is an 8, and this is going to be 2 to the power 4 times 1 over 2, and 2 is going to be 3 times 1 over 3, and this is going to be 2. Now 2 is going to be 2 times 1, and 2 times 2 is a 4. That means this is going to be a 4, and this 3 is going to be cancelled and multiplied by 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 2 is a 16. So 16 is going to be your answer. This is you are evaluating, finding out the value, how much the value is. Now when it comes to x is 16 power 1 over 4 times y has the value of 8. That means 8 power minus 1. That means you will be writing this in terms of 2 power 4 multiplied by 1 over 4, and since it is negative, so I will write this down 8. 2 to power cube, and this 4 is going to be cancelled. That means 2 is divided by 8. That means 1 over 4 is going to be your answer. To the next question, I am going to solve this without substituting the values first. So this is going to be times 1 over 6 divided by 9 to the power half and x to the power of half. Now this is going to be equals to 1 over 3 divided by 3 square times 1 over 2 and x 1 over 2. These two are going to be cancelled. So finally what we have is y to the power 1 over 3 divided by 3 and x to the power 1 over 2. Now we are substituting the values. Y equals 8 to the power 1 over 3 divided by 3, and x is 16 power 1 over 2. Now I know I can write this as 2 cube. 1 over 3 is divided by 3, 2 to the power 4, 1 over 2. Now in the next part we are going to cancel this. We have 2 divided by 3, and 2 is power is multiplied by 1 over 2. So 2 divided by 3, and this 2 is going to be cancelled. So 2 square, that means it's going to be 4. So that means 2 over 12, or you can say it's 1 over 6. Moving on to the new question, which is 42. Anything that has a power 0 is equals to 1. So simply if you write 1, that is going to be enough. When comes question number 43, this is 16 plus uh, 8 to the power minus 1. That means 16 plus 1 over 8. Simply adding fractions. It is a 1 here. So this multiplied by 8, and this multiplied by 8, this multiplied by 1, and this multiplied by 1. So 8 times 16 is going to give you 128 over 8 plus 1 over 8. That means it's going to give us 129 divided by 8, which is going to give you 8 times 16 is 128 plus 1 is going to be your answer. Moving on to the next question, which is 44. This means x has a power of 1 over 2 negative, and plus y has a power of 1 over minus 1. Now x means the value is 16 to the power of 1 over 2, and plus this is 1 over 8. You know very well, in the previous question it was same. So I can write this 2 power 4 times minus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 8. Now this is going to give you 2 power minus 2 plus 1 over 8. That means this is going to be 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8. Now this time is going to be 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 2 and multiplied by 2. This is going to give you 2 over 8 plus 1 over 8. Denominators are same. So you write one time only. This is going to be 3. So 3 over 8 is going to be your final answer. In the next question, it is saying y. Y means 8 power 1 over 3 is divided by 16 to the power of 3 over 4. That means I can write this 8 as 2 cube multiplied by 1 over 3 is divided by 2 to the power 4 multiplied by 3 over 4. Now these 3 cancel, this 4 cancel. That means 2 is divided by 2 cube, which is 2 over 8, and it means it is 1 over 4. Now moving on to the next question, which is 46. It says it is 1000. That means I can write this as 1000, can be written as cube y 1 over 3, and this 1 over 3 is for both of them. And this is, I'm not putting the value of y first, I'm just writing as it is. Substituting the value will come later. Now this 10 power 3 is multiplied by 1 over 3, and y has the power of 1 over 3 times x to the power, which is 16. I'm writing this as it is now, not substituting the values. Now this 3 cancels. Now that means 10. Now 10 is multiplied by y. The value of y is 2 power 8, or I will writing the value only first, so that in the next step x equals 16 minus 5 over 2. Now this means 2 cube is multiplied by 1 over 3 plus 2 power 4 has a power of minus 5 over 2. That means this is going to be 3, and 3 cancels, gives you 2 only, and this 2 is going to be cancelled with this 4. That means 2 has a power of 2 minus 2 times 5. This is going to be 10. That means 10, 2, and 2 to the power 5 minus 10 actually. And in this question, this is going to be 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 10 is 20. And it says 2 to the power minus 10. That means this is going to go down. So 20 is divided by 2 power 10. And 2 power 10 is going to be equals to 1024. Simplifying will give you this 512, and this further simplification is going to give you 256 as an answer. Moving on to the next question. When dealing with question number 47, it's going to be like x power x equals to 16. That means I'm going to write 16 power 1 over 4 plus 8 to the power negative 1, and this is going to be divided by x to the power, which is 16 power 1 over 4. Now in here, I know very well I can write 16 as 2 power 4 multiplied by 1 over 4, and plus 1 over 8 I can write divided by 2 to the power 4 multiplied by 1 over 4. So these 4's are going to be cancelled. Now what you have is 2 plus 1 over 8, and later it's going to be divided by 2. So now very well I know this is going to multiply by 8, multiply by 1, multiply by 1, multiply by 8. So this is going to give us 16 over, this is going to be 8 here, and plus 1. This is going to give us divided by 2. That means it is going to be 17 over 8 multiplied by 1 over 2. That means 17 over 16. That means this is going to be your final answer. When it comes to the next question, it says x to the power 1 over 2. That means 16 power 1 over 2 minus 8 to the power of 2 over 3. That means I can write this 16 as 2 power 4 is multiplied by 1 over 2 minus 2 cube is multiplied by 2 over 3. Now these 3 are going to be cancelled, and this is going to give us a 2 here. That means 2 square minus 2 square. This is going to give us a 0. Now for this question, answer is 0. Moving on to question number 49. 49 says x is equals to 16. That means 16 3 over 4 and y minus 1 over 3. That means 16 to the power of 3 over 4 is going to be multiplied by minus 1 over 3 and y to the power minus 1 over 3. This is how it's going to be. Now these 3 are going to be cancelled, and minus 1 over 4, 16 minus 1 over 4, and 8 has the power of minus 1 over 3. Now I can write this 2 power 4 multiplied by minus 1 over 4, and 2 cube is multiplied by negative 1 over 3. These 3 are going to be cancelled, these 4 are going to be cancelled, and this is going to be like 2 minus 1, and it is the sign in between is going to be multiplication. That means it's going to be adding. Minus 1. So final answer is going to be 2 power minus 2, which is equals to 1 over 4. And this is how you get an answer. Now comes the next question, which is saying 16 to the power 16 divided by 8, and it is minus 2. So what I will do is I will flip this and make a positive 2. That means this 2 is for both of them. I will write 2 cube multiplied by 2 and divided by 2 to the power 4 multiplied by 2. That means 2 to the power 6 divided by 2 to the power 8. That means when numbers are divided, powers are subtracted. 6 minus 8 is going to give us negative 2, and that means this is going to give us 1 over 4 as an answer. Now comes the next part of next set of the question, I must say, where they are asking to find the value of solve the equations for x. How much is x equals to? We know very well 2 power x is equals to 2 power 3, or x is going to be 3 because when the bases are same, powers are also same, or the exponents are also same. When it comes to 3 to the power x equals 81, that means I can write 81 as 3 to the power 4, because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, this is giving us 9, this is giving us 9, 9 times 9 is 81. So 3 to the power 4 is equals to 81. Now this one is 5x, and 5 has a power of minus 1 because 1 over 5 is equals to 5 to the power negative 1. Bases are same, so x is equals to also same. Now in here, the next question, it says 10 to the power x, and here 10 to the power negative 2 because 2 zeros. So x is equals to negative 2. When it comes to this type of question, 3 to the power minus x equals 1 over 3 cube. That means 3 minus x, sorry, 3 to the power minus x is equals to 3 to the power negative 1. That means minus x equals minus 1. That means x is equals to 1. 4 power x equals 64. That means I can write 4 to the power 4, because 4 times 4 is 16 and 16 times 16 is a 64. That means the value of x is going to be 4. Now comes the next question. It says 6 power minus x equals 6 to the power minus 1. That means minus 1 equals minus x equals minus 1, which is x equals 1. Now comes the next question. In here it says 10 to the power 5 power x equals 10 to the power 1. That means 5x equals 1. So x will be equals to 1 over 5. In here it is 12x equals 1. That means 12 to the power x equals 12 to the power 0 is equals to 1. That means x is equals to 0. Moving on to the next question. 10 to the power x is equals to 10 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4 minus 4. That means x is equals to negative 4. Now when it comes to question like this, you know very well, in here there are several things you can do in here. Now this is, for example, if I assume x is 1, so it's not going to be 13. If I assume 2x equals 2, for example, if I just try like this, instead of x, I'm writing a 2 in here, and plus 3 to the power 2. So we can say very well that this is a 4 plus 9 equals 13. When it comes to question number 62, in question number 62, what is going to happen is 1 over 2. 1 over 2 has a power of x, and how can write 32? I can write 32 as 2 to the power 5. Now, what will happen is I will flip this and I will make this equals to 2 to the power minus x equals 2 to the power 5. So that means x minus x equals 5. So x value has a minus 5 value. When it comes to the next question, it says 5 to the power 2x equals, instead of 25, I will write 5 to the power 2. That means 2x equals 2. That means x is equals to 1. Now, in the next question, it says 10 to the power 6 multiplied by 3x equals 10 to the power 1. That means bases are same, and that means 6 times 3 is 18x equals 1. So x is equals to 1 over 18. And that's all from this exercise. Next exercise, I'm going to be working on inequalities, and equality has two exercises, and the third one is going to be on linear programming that I'll be solving. Wish you all the best for your preparations, and I will be providing you, in case if you don't have a PDF of this book, I can definitely provide you. Just connect me on WhatsApp. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your time. Wish you all the best and have a nice day.